What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, bringing home the bacon, NBA DFS video. It is the first day of February 2021, and we are back. Thank you so much for all the love and support you guys gave to yesterday's video. I got some emails, the people that signed up for the FTA Plus. Really, we killed it yesterday, and we'll show you that. We had a lot of success with people asking questions in the Discord channel, so you can find that down below. That link is right there. We almost took down a showdown, and I'll show you the results of that. And you'll see how close it was to first place. And those plays came off the matchup tool and the cheat sheet that we have out on the website. So that was huge. I've had people send me their wins from yesterday in the past couple of days. And it's just awesome what we've been able to do. I love being able to help you guys as well. So if this video gets 25 likes on this one. If this video gets 25 likes, we'll put out a FanDuel and DraftKings GPP lineup pinned in the comment section. So also, let me know your favorite plays on the slate down below. So what we're going to do is I'm going to try to make this quicker video than yesterday. Yesterday's was like 35 or 37 minutes long. And I know that, I mean, it's good if you play it in the background and you kind of just listen and then write the plays down. But I know a lot of people just really depends on what they have. So we're going to go through, we're going to do the matchup tool again. People loved it yesterday. And in the article that you can see here will be linked down below. Those will have some of the projections that we have as well. So you can use the matchup tool plays. You can kind of combine them with some of the projections that we have on this. So with the projections, we have 3 top, 3 mid, and 3 value picks. Or you can sign up for FTA Plus, and you can get the full cheat sheet, which has all the projections on it, and you can mix and match with the matchup tool. So I had a lot of people reach out and say they love the matchup tool. It helped them decide between player A and B. So we're going to continue it. So you can find the matchup tool. Just go to FantasyTeamAdvisors.com. Hover over NBA. We've got Vegas odds. We've got season stats. We've got the matchup tool there. So that is what we're looking at. What we're going to do is I'm probably going to give the top 3 plays at each position for the matchup tool. And then just so the video is not super long. Now, do realize that, FanDuel and DraftKings, the players have different eligibility. Such as like on FanDuel, Bam Adebayo, he's a power forward, but he's been starting and he's projected to start at center. So you use this for your, use this for your knowledge, I guess. I will also make another article with the matchup tool plays. So that is definitely what we'll do, or we'll just change this article into the matchup tool. But anyway, so we're going to dig in. Let's look at the Vegas numbers real quick. This was huge. Yesterday, I told you we need to look at the Brooklyn-Washington game, and I mean, they just went off for a massive amount of points. That was the craziest ending. If you guys haven't seen, if you didn't see the ending to that game, they seemingly just out of nowhere, Washington came back and won. I mean, it seemed like Brooklyn was up huge, and then bam, they weren't. So just kind of look at the Vegas odds real quick. Since there are a lot of games, I'm going to go through it real quick. But we do have the Vegas tab you can check out. So as of the making of the article, Miami at home, 5-point favorite, 217 total. The Lakers on the road in Atlanta, 6-point favorites at 218.5 total. Cleveland at home, 5-point favorites, 219. Portland at Milwaukee, minus 10, 236. Milwaukee, off the top of my head, they aren't covering a ton. And 10 is a pretty big one. So if I'm betting, at the moment, I kind of like Portland plus 10. It's probably going to be different by the time you watch this. Houston coming off that game, last game, head to OKC on the road. Houston's 5-point favorite, 223.5 total. New York at Chicago. Chicago opens up as 3.5-point favorite, 218 total. New Orleans at home against Sacramento, 3.5-point favorites there, 233 total. Love that. High total. Look at that. Look at the Milwaukee game. Look at some other games if sports betting. San Antonio at home, 3-point favorites, 221.5. Dallas at home, 1-point favorites, 216.5. And Denver at home, 9.5-point favorites, 218.5. And my favorite play is Jokic at home as a 9-point favorite, at 9.5-point favorite right now. I absolutely love that. So before we get started, anyone wants a month pass, 40% off, use promo code SuperBowl. For the month pass, you get a month pass of DFS that includes a month of NBA, PGA, MMA, and you'll get the Super Bowl showdown lineups that we are posting. Probably Saturday, if not Sunday morning, just to get any late breaking news. So let's look at the matchup tool. As you can say, right here, NBA matchup tool, and you can come here. What we've done is you can filter it however you want. So what we've done is we've taken the point guards, listed them all the way down, top 5, as you can see here. So we've gone through FanDuel and DraftKings. We've looked at their pricing. We've looked at who's good, and these are the list. Now, these are not necessarily the only place to look at. These are not necessarily the top plays, and this is all you go with. These are plays per the matchup tool, per who's going to be playing, that should make an impact. They have an opportunity to make an impact. So kind of just looking at this, let's look over here at FanDuel real quick. Yesterday, matchup tool lineups almost took down this showdown. As you can see, I had 239 fantasy points. First place tied with 239.38. Won 250. First place would have been 1,000. They split it. So first place with $1,000. I mean, as you can see, almost all fire but Paul George. Super upset that I missed it by 0.39, but I'm not going to complain. Matchup tool came through, $10 on a single bullet. So when people say you can't enter mass lineups and, a single bullet and that's it and you won't win, they're wrong. As you can see, the person in first place had 9 lineups. 7, 4. So a lot of them, you could have 14 here. I had 1, took 250, felt real good to take down some money early in the slate. Made the entire day worth it. So just kind of looking with the matchup tool, as you can see, Houston, we're looking at OKC. Kind of going through here. Let's go to point guard. Maladon. Cheap, 4,300. We've used him in the past. We used him last time when he played Brooklyn, played 33 minutes, 24 points. Now, obviously, we're not going to project him out at 24 points every time, but 4,300, and he can at least hopefully get 25 plus. I absolutely love this. So he is an option. Now, again, his volatility is there. He goes 34, 22, 15, 5, 16. So it's up and down. If he can get the minutes, if he can get around 30 minutes, he is a fantastic, fantastic option. So looking at number 2, we got Cleveland. We got Minnesota at Cleveland. They just played against each other last time. We used Garland in that one, and he came through for us. So we used him in yesterday's video. We built a lineup. I showed you. I even built pretty much a lineup out of there in the video yesterday. GPP only because it was 4 games. But looking at this, 25.9 there. 31.1. The problem is I hope he will play back-to-back with 31. But as you can see, his in back-to-back days, you can see, he's still, his minutes are trending up. His fantasy points as well. So Garland, more of a GPP pick, but he's number 2 in our matchup tool. Looking at number 3, looking at the Knicks here. Now, we don't know, as early as it is, we don't know who's starting. We don't know if it's going to be Payton. We don't know if it's going to be Rivers. So Payton, and they're really close to each other salary-wise, but Payton has about almost a 5-point fantasy point per game lead there. So Payton coming off 20 minutes, 23, 21. He's not been the best, though, I will admit. So, and again, I'm showing you these plays. Don't feel like these are the ones you have to build with. So then you can see if Austin Rivers gets in there, with Payton getting 23 minutes, 17, 24. Had a down game yesterday. But, if he could get 29, if he could get 26, 27, he would pay off his salary there for what we're looking for out of him. Again, don't know who's going to start yet. That is something we need to look at. So looking at the match, well, okay, so I said I'd do the top 3, and then if you want to see the rest, I will put them in the article. You can click the link down below. So looking at shooting guard here, Sacramento gives up almost an average of 60.1. Looking at New Orleans here. Who are we looking at, New Orleans? Shooting guard. Nikhil Alexander-Walker probably. Just make sure he's going to be the one that's starting, but he has been. And let's check out his minutes. I mean, he's 4,700, which I like. He's cheaper. Against Houston, 32 minutes, 22. So he's trending up in minutes. I mean, he filled the stat line and didn't turn anything over. So that was really good out of him. 43. Obviously, we're not expecting 43 out of him. But if we could get 30 plus, he is a fantastic value on this slate. So in the next one, same game, we're looking at Sacramento. So who is that? Our main man who loves to throw the trays down. When we do our FanDuel 3-point contest, he's almost always in it, because if you look at our season stats here and you go look at 3 points, let's go 3 points attempted. Yeah, he's number 2 in 3 points attempted. He's attempted 193 threes and he's made 78. So, I mean, when he is on, he is on. So looking at that, I mean, his price is $6,400, but he's been doing fantastic. So if you, depending on where you want to go at shooting guard, Hield could be a fantastic option for you. Number 3, Hornets give up 53.8 fantasy points per game to this position. That is us looking at Miami game here. Miami at home. Now, Hero, he doesn't have COVID, but someone he lives with tested positive. So we're kind of waiting news. I wouldn't be surprised if he is out in the health protocol. So Hero makes a fantastic option. I love him here if he plays. The problem is he played 2 days ago, 40 minutes, and only got 26.3, and then he was off all this time. So this is something to monitor. If he is out, none should get the run here. And for his price, I wish it was a little bit lower, but I mean, he didn't play last game, so he's a little bit fresh. 32 minutes, 38, 34, 32. So his last game against the Clippers didn't do good at 17.1, but he's been okay. So he's number 2. Now, I'm not 100% sure if I'll have any exposure to none. It will really depend on if other value opens up coming through here. So that's kind of where I'm at, and I'm leaning towards that. So the other 2 shooting guards you can check out in the article posted down below. Looking at small forwards here, you got the Thunder, you got Houston. Who is going to be the guy that steps up here? Don't know who's going to start. That's the problem. I don't know if it's going to be Jason Tate or Gordon. So Gordon is 4,900. Tate is 3,900. As of right now, RotoWire believes Tate will start. So kind of just looking, and just because someone's starting in NBA, they could start for 5 minutes and that's it. So that's why I don't want you guys to get screwed over by, oh, this is the person starting. It's not the same thing as NFL. It's definitely not the same thing as MLB DFS. But with Tate 2 days ago, 23 minutes, had 32.8 fantasy points. At 3,900, that is an amazing value. So he is in a fantastic option. If he can get at least 20 plus minutes, he should be good there. And then if we look at Eric Gordon with his minutes, depending, I mean, it's about the same, 22 minutes. He just hasn't had as much success, and we could take the $1,000 difference and pay up at other places. So I love the Houston small forward, whoever's starting. Let's check it out. But even if Tate isn't starting, I think he's still going to get the minutes, and he might be lower owned. So if you're using it for GBP wise. So the next ones that I have now, I don't know who's going to start. Oh, why isn't that? Oh, yeah. Got Portland here with a high-scoring game. Don't know if it's going to be Nasir Little or Anthony, or they both could play. I mean, Little here at 3,500, as of right now, was projected to be the starter, but obviously that can change. And as you can see, he's not getting a ton of minutes. I mean, he had -1 fantasy points on 4 minutes, so I don't like that at all. But again, I'm showing you the plays per the matchup tool. Now, if you want to pivot, Melo is here. A little bit, at 4,900 for who he is. I mean, obviously he's not there as, the young gun, but he's playing. He's not starting games, but he's coming in. I mean, 17 minutes isn't much against Chicago, 9.1. But I mean, against Houston, he played 37 minutes, 34, 25. He hit all of these values. I know we had him in this week, or we had him in this game. I remember last week at 39.7 at his price, and it was a fantastic value for us. So, then the next one, according to our matchup tool, Kyle Anderson against San Antonio. 5,800, I don't mind. I wish he'd get a little bit more minutes. I hope he gets more than 20 minutes, that's what he got 2 days ago against the same team at 30.5 fantasy points. So I would like him to get at least 30. And I would love for him to play at least a couple more minutes, and I'd shoot for about 25 minutes. And I mean, he's done it all but 2 times in the last month, pretty much. So that's kind of what we're looking at there. So that is the small forward option for you guys. So let's move over to the power forward. So as you can see, when we do this, you descend it. Charlotte Hornets give up 51.2 fantasy points to the power forward position. They're playing Miami. Who is going to be the starter for Miami in this game? This is where I was talking about earlier. So, with this game, Bam Adebayo is listed as a power forward on FanDuel. On DraftKings, I believe he has both power forward and, well, let's see. Nope, just center here. Okay, he used to be dual. So he is the starting center. So they must have, after so many games, they must have taken away his dual eligibility. Kind of like fantasy baseball, where player has to play 15 regular season games. Then they have multi-position eligibility. So here we go. So Adebayo, power forward, he's going to be playing center. So if you kind of would look at that and you'd be like, oh, where's Miami list here? Miami down here, not the best, but it just depends on who's going to be guarding him. But Adebayo, 9,100, I mean, we kind of know what to expect out of him. And kind of looking at this, has he played Charlotte this year? Has not played Charlotte this year. But, I mean, 35 minutes, he's going to play pretty much the entire game. He's going to, minus 4 or 5 minutes. Still going to get 40-plus fantasy points here. I mean, he's capable of 62.5, 50-50. So this is a play that it wouldn't be exactly like the matchup tool because he's starting center, but he's listed as power forward on FanDuel. So that is something to pay attention to. So then come back to the matchup tool. So you guys will be able to see this, but let's look at this. Coming off this game yesterday, who helped us almost take down that $1,000 first place prize. I wish we would have. It would have been awesome to show you guys. So just kind of looking at this, I mean, he had huge day yesterday. 35 minutes, 27 points, had a double-double, 45.9 versus Cleveland, 38.6, 34, 41. So other than these two, he's going to hit the value at 8,800. And I really do like him here. So Randall is one of the top plays that I like. Let's just hope that he doesn't, isn't restricted by a back-to-back, depending on how his stamina is. So we'll kind of see. He's a professional. Let's see what he can do. So the next one on the slate, we're looking at Giannis now. He's game time decision, knee. So check that out. But he's probable. So, he should be good to go. Will that bother him? I don't know. He's 11,600. So if you're using him, you've got to make sure, obviously. But 69.1, 66, 60. He's had 3 games in a row of 60. But honestly, at this price, you could probably pay for 2 players to get the same production and maybe even exceed it. So that is something to look at. I mean, he is super high priced, and he has a knee problem, but it hasn't really been a concern. So that is something to look at. So then let's look at the center position tonight, guys, to finish out this video. So looking at the center position, descend it, check this out. Denver. This is why he's my top play. Love him. I love him. Huge game yesterday. Again, this is a back-to-back, so that is something to pay attention to. 37 minutes, 47 points. I mean, he went off. I mean, look at that. Back-to-back games of 35-plus actual points. I mean, 40, 56.5, 74.9. If I'm paying up for someone between Jokic and Giannis, I'm going with my main man, Nikola, here. So I love him. He's my favorite play. That is why he is the picture of this article and this video. So I would lock him in right now. That is who I'm going with at my center position. Not even thinking about it. If you want to go second is Andre Drummond. I mean, he's a rebound machine. He came through with our sports bets. I mean, he had, 14 rebounds yesterday? No. He had 22 rebounds yesterday. I think the over-under was 14.5 or 13.5 yesterday. I mean, he killed it as well. 60 fantasy points. Against Detroit 3 games ago, 62 fantasy points. Against the Knicks, 75. His ceiling is there. He's huge. Rebounding machine. I haven't looked at the sports betting yet, but we'll have our bets out on the site. I'm curious what his rebounds are, like over under. I'd say it's probably like 14.5 or 15.5. Wouldn't be surprised. So I love Drummond there against Minnesota, specifically because, let's see, Towns, is he in or out? Is he probable? Is he coming back from COVID? He was ruled out yesterday. So we'll kind of look at that. Don't know what's going to happen. Reed was out as well yesterday, right? Or did he play? Yeah, he didn't play either. So who started? Was it Ed Davis? And Ed Davis was one of the plays that I said look at yesterday for GPP wise if the minutes were there. 22 minutes, back-to-back games, 25 fantasy points there. He was one of the GPP plays. If you had him, you probably cashed. So if you guys watched yesterday's video and had him, definitely hit me up. Let me know. Would love to know. So then the third center that we're looking at, questionable with a calf, is Steven Adams. So it's either Steven Adams, so we're waiting on news for him. He's questionable, but if he doesn't play, Jackson Hayes could be a cheaper option. At 3,600, I don't normally pay down, but if I make multiple lineups, I could. 2 games ago, 13 minutes, got 22 fantasy points. If Hayes starts, if Adams is out, I love Hayes as a GPP salary relief play here. So there you go, guys. Those are 3 plays at each position. If you want to see the rest, click the link down below. That is today's article. Check that out. Share the article if you will. Check out all of our social media, which you can find at the top of our page here. Again, you can sign up FTA Plus. We have great options for you if you want to check it out. We've got a 5-day pass for $9.99. That's every single sport. A lot of sites out there, all they do is give you options to one sport. You get everything for $9.99 for 5 days. Or $34.99 using promo code SUPERBOWL, all one word. You get 40% off there. Get a year pass for $199. Even sports betting for $25 a month. You can't beat that. But if you want to combine DFS and sports betting, $60 per month. DFS yearly and sports betting, $299. That's per year. I forgot to change that again. So that is per year. If you want to get DFS and sports betting month pass for free, all you guys got to do, click on the Vegas odds here. Once it loads, come down here, sign up for either DraftKings or FanDuel Sportsbook using our links. Deposit at least, I think it's $10 or $25. You're going to get free money. They're going to give you, I believe, a $25 bet. If you do 50, I think they give you a $50 bet. And if you do 100, they give you free $100. And you can use that. There's a massive bonus going on DraftKings this weekend for the Super Bowl. If any team scores, if there's one score or one touchdown scored, you double your money on DraftKings. I believe it's $25 maximum, but if you're a new player, I don't know if it's different. I know on FanDuel, if you sign up using our link and you deposit, they give you your first bet is up to $1,000 risk free, and you can. I mean, someone I saw did the $1,000 free bet, and they got $9,000. They did like a 4-game parlay, and then I even saw yesterday someone did a $100 free bet, and they live bet the Wizards to win that game. It was plus 950 in the fourth quarter. Yeah, free money. They won $950 off their $100 bet. So a lot of great options. So if you guys want to sign up using our promo codes here, click the links. All you got to do is email me, support@fantasyteamadvisor.com, and tell me or show me proof that you used our link to sign up, and we'll go ahead and give you that DFS and sports betting monthly pass, a $60 value, absolutely free. So that's what I've got in this video, guys. Good luck today. Let me know how you did yesterday. Hopefully you had some success. Hit up all of our links in the description, and we'll be back tomorrow with another video. Peace out, guys, and as always, bring them that bacon. Peace.